Hey guys, it's gonna rain on us a little bit. Just started. Got my little girl in here, she's watching. It's supposed to be Alvin and the Chipmunks. They look a lot like humans. They don't really look too much like chipmunks. But hey, she likes it, so that's the main thing, don't you? You like it? You like it? What do you think? So, spin the camera around here. Let you guys see my ugly face. On this spoiler deal, I got a lot of comments. People are checking stuff for me, and it's looking a lot like that's supposed to be that way. That 1/8 inch indention in there. So I may just have to cool my jets on this. I assumed it was wrong by looking at it. Just didn't look right to me. But GM didn't ask me how to make, design their parts for them. So if it had been my idea, I would have made it maybe a little round, but not indented right there in the middle like that. So I'm just gonna hang tight on this spoiler until I get some more information from you guys on whether that's a normal deal or not. I'll probably do a little bit of body work on that hood. You can see there's a couple little dents in it. Probably I'll turn that down, it's pretty loud. You can see the little low spots there. I'll probably work that stuff up, just tinker around a little bit. There's a couple little dents here that I need to raise up. I need to put this panel here back on and weld it on, which is no biggie. I've got it up here. Remember, it's already in primer. And I need to finish this, doing the wipe on that, which I could probably do all today with her here. I won't make a whole lot of noise. And I'll just leave that spoiler alone for now. If that other side is right, like people are saying it probably is, I still don't care for that. But I don't know, may just have to be that way. The video I watched was a V8 TV video, and the guy was doing a 68 Camaro. Let me turn this down a little bit. Can't hardly hear myself think. Alright, Hobbs. So, anyway, what he had done, and what I thought he had done, was shaved these little bumps and shaved all that down. Well, he didn't, because like a lot of you said, if you shave that, when you shut this, that edge right there is going to hit your fenders. Yeah, that makes sense. So those have to be there, I get that. But what he had done was basically fiberglass this to where those notches are gone, so that's all one solid piece, and it looks all, it looks all smooth right there. Which that seems like a pretty easy deal for me to do to make it nice. Same in the front. Basically, when that's pulled down all the way down, then you just smooth that off to where it's a nice transition, and it's basically going to be matching your trunk. So that's an idea. My only thing with that is, let me pull this out real quick. Let me set you down for a second. Oh hell, I can't pull it out. I got it bolted in. Duh. Man, it's gonna be one of those days, I guess. Well, let me unbolt it and I'll flip it over and I'll show you the back side, because some of these come in ABS plastic. Matter of fact, the AMD, which AMD is a really good quality manufacturer, they do these in ABS plastic, and I'm kind of wondering now if this isn't that. I need to flip it back over and look at it, because fiberglass is normally pretty rough and you can tell. This looks more fine, so I'm gonna flip this over and see what you guys think. I'll bring you back in a second. Alright guys, so you may find this hard to believe, but I don't know everything. I know, I'm shocked too. This is hard to tell what this is to me. Like I said, I don't mess with fiberglass too much. I'm gonna spin you around here. Are you watching me? And I'll try to see if I can focus in real good on that real close. It may not focus. It might be too much. But if that's fiberglass, that's the finest fiberglass I've ever seen. There's a little area in there. It almost looks like there's fine little fibers, but that's not going to focus. It's probably too close. But I cannot tell. Now this little piece here just kind of come out of there, and it's just real crumbly, and I get the camera in view right. So I'm going to say that's possibly plastic. So if it is, because if that was fiberglass, I wouldn't think it would crumble up like that. But anyway, yeah, it's just, like I said, I thought these were all fiberglass, but I guess they're making them in some kind of ABS plastic now, or I forgot what they call it exactly, but it's basically that. And you know, there's another spot. It almost looks textury, like it could be fiberglass, but it's just not quite the same. So basically, for what I'm getting at is on this, where I was talking about doing a little wipe right here to make this all smooth. All right, dude, hold the camera right. That isn't going to grip to that. If that's my guess is that fiberglass may not grab a hold of this plastic. I've had problems before. I did my son's car, did a rear bumper on it, and it was broken and cracked and everything. And I went and got plastic, what was it? Plastic, some kind of plastic filler stuff. Well, I didn't realize that if it's a certain type of plastic, it doesn't stick to that. Well, I put it all together, spent a lot of time working it, the whole deal. As soon as we put it on, it busted out, cracked out, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So now I'm a little leery of not knowing what this is. And you know, if you get a plastic weld kit, they have all kinds of different plastic rods because there's so many different kinds of plastic. So you got to use the rod that goes with the plastic for it to actually work. So I'm not interested in experimenting with this and trying to do that if this is not fiberglass, and I know, and I'm not for sure. So like I said, I do all this work and then that'd crack out and the paint would crack right through here, and that would be a pain in the ass. So it may have to stay like it is, and like I said, I don't like the way that is right through there. I mean, it's kind of what I called it jankety the other day. It just dives in right there real bad and then comes back up. And then that edge there, I mean, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. So if that's the way it's supposed to be, I'll live with it. And like I said, they didn't ask me when they were designing these, so I probably would have told them a little different. That's where I'm at with this. Like I said, I'm going to set this to the side until I get some more information from some of you guys. And this may be one of the higher quality. You know, I thought it was junky at first, and I started looking online and talking to some of you guys. I got several texts, and they're like, man, I'm thinking that might be the way that's supposed to be. So I may have been bashing this prematurely. So I know Tom Noble has one that is made by Classic something, and he said they're really nice, and Rare Rat turned him on to those, and I'm really interested in that product, but I'd hate to get it here and have it be the exact same identical product as this one, you know what I mean, and be like, well, I just wasted time, wasted money, you know what I mean. So I need to do a little more homework before I just chunk this sucker off to the side and say, no, let's order a new one. So, but you can see here how that little indention in that's where that seals. So you got your little bubbles on all those. That's where that seals up. Keep the water out of it. Anyway, I'm gonna play with this for a little bit. I'm gonna set that to the side for now, and we'll figure it out. Just a little hiccup for me. I've had several hiccups in this, you know, as I go, but we're figuring it out, and it pans itself out. So, all right, guys. If I keep blabbing, the video will be so long it won't be, you know, nobody will watch it. So, see you guys. Hey guys, this is my little tip of the day, I guess, if you will. I went ahead and started trying to fill these, or actually did fill these. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. Fill all these bullet holes, what one of the guys was calling bullet holes. Filled them in. Well, this is the last one I was getting ready. I went ahead and put that patch in. And I was gonna say, a lot of guys will take their patches and they'll bend them like this is on a radius right here. And they'll try to bend the patches to fit that radius. Well, what I do is I tack it in real nice and level here and there, and then I work it as I go. So I'll get a good base. First I put it on there with a magnet. I'll tack it on a couple places where it's flat, and then if the patch isn't matching the contour, I'll take my hammer, tap it down, or in this case I could go through that hole from the other side and push it up and get it nice and level wherever I needed it. Okay, so now we come up to this, so then I get all this welded in. I come up to this edge, and hopefully, yeah, you can see that. It needs to contour over. See how this edge is is rounded here? Well, this piece that I put in there is straight. So what I'll do is, since this is all strong and welded, I'll just take my hammer now, go ahead and push that over. Okay, so right here, you can see it's fitting in there real nice, but right up here it's a little too big. So I'm gonna have to take me cutoff wheel and kind of skim that down a little bit. And again, you want a little bit of a, you know, about as big a gap as your wire that you're feeding with. So what I'll do is I'll take me a cutoff wheel real quick, maybe real quick, and slot that little end off there. Okay, now I'll take my hammer again. Now you can see that, you can see a little gap right there. I've kind of widened that up. Okay, I need to take a little bit more right out of the center here. Alright, so now you get it to where it's starting to contour with the rest of this. You see what I'm saying? Now here, it's starting to come over. It's still just a little bit high right there, but I'll keep working that down. And we'll go ahead and run this wheel a little bit more in here. That ought to be enough to get it. If you see me hammering my hammer, I don't know how it looks on the camera. I don't ever hammer straight down. I always do deflecting blows. So if you see me, it looks like my hammer's doing a circle, that's because it is. I'm kind of trying to bend it as I'm deflecting off of it. I don't ever just hammer straight down, okay? That's something I learned from that book I was telling you about, the way you deflect off of it. And that's just me. Whether it makes a big difference, I don't know. Same with this end. And if you noticed on the body work I was doing on the back of the Camaro, I was doing the same thing. When I'd hammer almost in a circle. And that's going to be it. That'll make it work right there. Now I just need to weld that seam in, dress that up, and I'm good to go. Just another little tip for some of the new guys that are, you know, just starting out. You see there, I got it bent over. The contour is pretty much perfect with the rest of it there. There's the other one. The other hole is gone. This hole, I should have showed you on this one because I had a pretty big contour right there that I had to go around, and I didn't think about it when I was doing it. So, but yeah, the bullet holes are gone. I got to finish welding that up, and then my plan is I'll flip that over once I get some information on what we're going to do with this spoiler. I'll flip that over and use those holes on the other side. Pop me a little pilot hole, about an 1/8 inch or so through here, and then I'll come back to the top with these little guys that have their own. It has its own pilot, and then you got your little dozer here, whatever. I believe that hole's like 1 inch. We looked at yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but basically that screws on there. Okay, then my little 1/8 inch hole that I popped there, I put that little bit right into it, and I'll make me new holes so that they look like that right there. Okay, so that's the goal here. It already looks way better than it did. Of course, I'll probably have to take a little bit of filler to get this completely, you know, smoothed out nice and everything. Once I make the holes, I have to put a little bit of filler around any little pits or whatever, but other than that, man, that's about it. And this is basic stuff. I know a lot of you guys already know this. I always say this, but kind of just for the guys that don't and are learning, like me, I had to learn a lot of this stuff just from experience doing it. And you know, sitting there trying to bend a contour like that and get it just right and all that before I stuck it in there, I thought, why when I can tack around here, get this all nice and sturdy, and just go ahead and use that hammer and coerce that edge over. So anyway, I didn't get a whole lot done. My little girl didn't like the grinding sound and all that, so I did end up taking her in the house. And but maybe tomorrow I'll be able to get back out here. Videos will be long enough as it is for me just blabbing. So you guys have a good evening. I'll upload this video, and I know tomorrow's Saturday. A lot of guys had some information on that spoiler for me, so I'll be looking forward to that. All right, guys, have a good evening.